Hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips how I passed my driving test here in Australia. Yes! After 9 months of being in a learner's permit, I am now a P2 license holder. So, meaning I can drive on my own. I'm really excited and I'm really happy because after all the pressure, the stress, and the hard work that I put in, all the effort is finally paid off. So I can finally drive going to work on my own now, and then I'm not gonna bother my husband anymore because sometimes if I want to do some errands and sometimes he's busy or sometimes he's tired, so I have no choice but don't do it. But now because I can drive on my own, so I can just literally can go anywhere here in Australia. So yes, I'm so happy! In this video, I'm going to share with you some tips that I hope it will help you to pass your driving test. So I hope you're going to watch it till the end. So one of the most important tips that I can share with you is drive as much as you can. So if you have your learner's permit now, so actually you can practice driving with someone who has a full license. So it's either your husband, your friend, your parents. So drive as much as you can. I hope you will have support that will help you like build up your confidence, because if you keep driving, either like going to the grocery store, going to work, or just driving around your area, practice makes you better. Like it will really helps you build up your confidence, and it will help you to develop your judgment on the road. So if you can, practice driving as much as you can. So that is one of the most important tips that I can share with you. Next tips is invest in getting a driving instructors. So yeah, I know and I understand that not every one of us can afford to get a driving instructor because they're not cheap. They're actually expensive, right? But then if you can save up some money for some lessons, better get it, because driving instructors are there to correct your mistakes or to correct your habits in order for you to pass your driving test. If you want to get a driving instructor in the West, I would highly recommend to get my instructor. He is a really good guy and he is a nice guy, but then I have to warn you, he is really strict. Yeah, he is strict in a good way. Like, as much as I wanted to pass my driving test at first go, of course, he want me also to pass it. That's why he really pushed me. He really did everything for me to pass my driving test. So he shared me some knowledge, building up my confidence. But then, yeah, so if you're not a sensitive person and you can take a constructive criticism, I would highly recommend to get him as your driving instructor. But then if you're sensitive and you don't want to be corrected, then yeah, don't get him, because of course you're not gonna get along. So message me in my Facebook page. I'm gonna put it here. So if you want to get his details, and just tell him that you get his details from me, Melanie from Williams-Landi. Another tips is be familiar with traffic signs and road marks. So this is really important, because as a new driver, because I don't really drive in the Philippines, so before I don't care about the traffic lights, traffic signal, and road markings because I'm just a passenger, right? But now, ever since I start driving, I've been really aware with the traffic lights and the road marking, especially identifying the left lane turning right and right lane turning right, like that. So yeah, I've been especially with the traffic lights, because there is like giveaway traffic lights and that one, and then of course the speed limits. Be aware, be familiar with the speed limits with certain areas here in Victoria. So yeah, that's another tip. This tip also helped me to be prepared in my driving. So read and study the driving instructor drive test criteria. So this one, you can actually check it and download it from the VIC Roads website. It is a PDF file, so you can just download it, study it, and understand it, because in that manual, it will help you understand how your testing officers gonna mark you during the test. So it will explain some scenario or some situations that it's better to get a no mark than getting a critical error and immediate termination error. So I would highly recommend to read that one and study that one by heart. And then another one is be familiar with your testing route. So this one also really helped me to get prepared for my driving test. So I booked my driving test at VIC Deer Park. So 2 weeks before my actual driving test, I've been driving around VIC Deer Park. So if you go there, you're gonna see a lot of learners practicing in that area, because you wanted to be familiar with the traffic condition, with the road condition, and school zone, so that on the day of your driving test, you're not gonna be surprised, because you know already, I went in this side already, so you know what to expect, so there's no more surprise. So yeah, there's heaps of YouTube videos that you can check and you can watch. Or like for me, for example, me and my husband, we actually I actually transcribed some of the YouTube videos. So if you can see this one, so yeah, that one, I transcribed that one, and then I print it out, and then I asked my husband to help me do a mock test based on that video. So it really helps, because you know, you're getting an actual, like, a mock test that will help you, like, be prepared, so you know what to expect on the day of your driving test. So that is really, really helpful also. Be familiar with your testing routes. Stay positive on the day of your driving test. A lot of things gonna run into your head. Like, of course, we cannot help to think, yeah, maybe I cannot do it, maybe I will fail, like that. But then try to stay as positive as you can, because it will really help. Like every morning, 2 weeks before my actual driving test, every morning when I wake up, I've been telling to myself that I will pass, I will pass, I will pass. I will do it, I will do it, I will do it. And then, Lord, please help me, help me, help me. We will do this together. We will do this together. I'm not gonna do this on my own. We will do this together. I will pass, and I'll claim that I will pass. So that's my daily mantra before my driving test. It sounds crazy and it sounds like, but then it really helps, because you're preparing your mind to be ready on the, you're inviting positive vibes in your life. So that one is stay positive. Another tip is pray and claim you will pass. Actually, I said that earlier. Pray. Prayer really works. So if you don't believe in God, I respect that. But then for me, I really believe that it's a miracle that I passed my driving test, and I know that I cannot do it alone. So I've been praying to God that, Lord, you know my struggle catching Uber every day, going to work, you know that I really need this license, Lord. So please help me, please. I'm claiming today that after my driving test, I'm gonna get my P2 license already. So I'm gonna get my P-plate license. Amen and amen and amen. So yeah, I was really praying. I was really claiming that I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass. And then get someone who can pray with you also. So I'm blessed because I have prayer partners who've been praying for me. Like I have two friends who've been standing with me in prayer. And actually, even my husband is really supportive, and he's been praying with me also. He's been praying for me that I'm gonna do it, and he's been like very supportive and very encouraging that, hey, babe, you will be fine, babe, you got this, you will be fine. So I'm really happy, and I'm blessed. I have. So if you can have someone to pray for you on the day of your exam, get someone, or you can message me. I'll pray for you, because prayer really works. Pray and believe it, and by faith you will pass. So prayer only is like, okay, I'll pray for you, but you personally doesn't believe on prayer, so it doesn't work like that. So you have to pray and believe. Pray, ask someone, and ask someone, and then pray together. So yeah, prayer really works. Another tip on the day of your driving test is try to breathe. breathe and try to stay calm and don't panic. But in reality, it doesn't happen. Yeah, on the day of my driving test, I was really, really worried, and I was really, really stressing out, and I'm really like freaking out. Yeah, it's hard to stay calm on the day of your driving test. I tried so hard to calm my nerves. So my actual driving test is 11:40 in the morning. So 7 o'clock to 8, me and my husband is already in Deer Park. We're already like driving around it and then trying to calm my nerves and trying to remember the things, like, remember the basic of driving. I was so worried why I was so freaking out because during the mock test with my instructor, I'm not doing it properly. Like everything I messed up. Everything. Like I cannot do the reverse parallel parking. I cannot do the 3-point turn. So whenever I'm stopping in the traffic lights, I was going over the line. And yeah, everything messed up. Like, I don't know, my brain is not working that time. Maybe because I'm so worried, and I know that I can drive. So my instructor is really frustrated already. He was saying like, "Oh, Melanie, your test is like 30 minutes away. You have to get it right if you want to get your license." So I know he's already frustrated, and I'm frustrated, and I was like, "Oh my God, Lord, I cannot do it alone." Like, Lord, I don't know, calm me, because I don't know what to feel. My heart is beating so fast. I feel like I want to throw out. And then I think my head is light-headed something. So, yeah, I don't know. So, it's like 30 minutes before my exam, everything is like happening. So, I was really, really scared and worried. If you can buy some essential oil, that is one of the tip also that I'm going to share. If you can buy a calming spray or a essential oil for calming your nerves, get one. So on the day of your driving test, you can spray it or sniff it. That it's better to get than a critical error or immediate termination error. So basically, my instructor said, don't worry too much, don't think too much, so treat the driving test as like a normal driving lesson, like you're just driving around. So what I did, I just imagined that my instructor is my son. Yeah, so I imagine like that I'm with my son, I'm driving him somewhere, and I'm using a navigation device, which is the LTO. So he's gonna ask me to just give me direction and just give me instructions. So all I need to do is drive the car safely. Just drive it safely and be safe in the road. So that's my whole that's the one that I put inside my head. So yeah, during your driving test, remember to check your mirror before braking. So before, I didn't know that. My instructor actually helped me to develop that habit. So before you brake, check your mirror first and then brake. And then head check before indicating left. So I really struggle doing head check because I think, yeah, I really struggle doing the head check. But then my instructor is really good. He helped me how to like make it a habit. So instead, if you know that you're turning left, you do the head check first and then indicate and then turn left like that. And do a head check if there is a bike lane. So remember that one. That is what the LTO gonna give you or gonna observe if you're being really aware what's happening around you. So head check, head check, head check. And then maintain a 5 km per hour below the required speed limit. So because my instructor told me that you're not allowed to overspeed, I try to maintain 5 kilometers below. So if the required speed is 60, I do 55. If 40, 35, it's 70, 65. So just to make safe, do not overspeed. Try not to hit the curb. Yeah, that's one also. Try not to hit the curb. Be safe. Be safe down there. Don't struggle. Try not to hit the curb. Listen to the instructions. Think and then process. Usually, if I'm with my instructor, I listen and then I repeat it inside my head and then I do it. But on the day of my driving test, what I did is I repeat it out loud. So when she said, at the end of the street, turn left into the right lane. So I was like, okay, at the end of the street, turn left into the right lane. So it makes me like, you know, I'm not gonna panic or like, oh, what I'm gonna do. Because I know already what she wanted me to do. So yeah, that really helps if you want to repeat it in your head or repeat it out loud. Whatever that's gonna work for you, then just do it. It's really helpful. And then, yeah, acknowledge that you cannot do it alone. So it's not being spiritual or being religious. But then for me, personally, I know that I cannot do it alone. I know I can drive, but then I've been asking God that, Lord, give me the wisdom to remember all the basic of driving that I've learned from my instructor. Lord, give me the confidence that I'm going to pass this one. So because I know that I cannot do it alone. So that's my heart. So I was like, it's not that I don't know how to drive. I'm not gonna book my driving test if I don't know how to drive. But you know, the requirement to pass the driving test is like really tricky. So I trusted God that He will send His angels to guide me and be with me. And actually, I really felt that day that He's actually with me. Like He's just saying and whispering to my ear that you got this, because I got you. So yeah, acknowledge God. I'm not sure if you believe in God, but I really believe in God. So because my driving test is beyond my control already, I don't know if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna pass it or not. But then I leave everything to God. Like, Lord, it's you now. Like, it's all up to you now. So yeah, I'm really thankful that God really helped me during my driving test. That's it for now. I hope that you learned something from this video. I'm going to put in the description box all the tips that I've shared here so you can read it. But then yeah, hope this video will help you pass your driving test. And if you need some prayers, if you need someone to talk to, just message me on my Facebook account. You can find me. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you will support my channel. So I hope to see you on my next video. Bye!